All aboard the Love Boat, Fort Worth's newest fun and entertainment club, featuring some of the Metroplex's loveliest dancers. At the Love Boat, there's something special every night. Tuesday night is dance contest night, with 10 judges selected from the audience. Wednesday night is horse race night. 6 persons are selected each week to ride the Love Boat bus at the end of the month to fabulous Louisiana Downs. The Love Boat, where you can drink all the beer you want for just $5 every day, 11A to 5P. 7709 Highway 80 West in Fort Worth. Take Cherry Lane exit off I-30, then left on Highway 80 to the Love Boat.
Hi there, this is Jesse Lopez. My brother Tony and I have traveled the world in the entertainment business, but our roots are here in North Texas. We're members of the Variety Club of Texas, the world's greatest children's charity. The Variety Club in North Texas has helped thousands of handicapped children over the years. Won't you please help them to help these children today by sending in your donation to the following address.
Discover Campfire, where children count.
The News 8 Update with David Margulies and Jan Bridgman, George Reba on sports, and Jim Littleton with weather.
Good evening. Thank you very much for joining us. Jan Bridgman has the night off. British troops stormed South Georgia Island today. In a 2-hour battle, they recaptured the South Atlantic island from 140 Argentine defenders.
So far, no British casualties have been reported. At present, we have no information on the Argentine casualty position. The commander of the operation has sent the following message. Be pleased to inform Her Majesty that the White Ensign flies alongside the Union Jack in South Georgia. God save the Queen.
Earlier today, British helicopters attacked an Argentine submarine. Several sailors were injured. The island the British attacked today was the least heavily defended of the Falkland chain and the farthest from Argentina. Experts say that accounted for the easy British victory. Argentina's foreign minister was in Washington today trying to head off a confrontation, but tonight Foreign Minister Costa Mendes called off negotiations. Costa Mendes said he is surprised Britain attacked while negotiations were continuing. He said Argentina technically is now at war with Britain, but he added there is never an end to diplomacy. Texas Senator John Tower says this country should be ready to honor any British request for aid in the South Atlantic. Tower, who chairs the Senate Armed Services Committee, stopped short of suggesting direct American intervention.
Would you send American boys to fight the British war in the South Atlantic?
I don't think you put it quite that plainly. I don't think that we would use Americans for an invasion force, for example. I think the probability is that we would use our Navy in a more or less passive role, not an active interventionary role.
Tower says he believes Russia is providing military intelligence to Argentina. Well, today Israel fulfilled its part of the Camp David peace accords by returning the final portion of the Sinai to Egypt. Early this morning, teary-eyed Israeli soldiers lowered the flag that had flown over the Sinai for the past 15 years. Farther north, cheering Egyptians raised their flag, celebrating the return of their land with pomp and ceremony. In Dallas, local Jews had mixed emotions.
It's a lot to give. It's not an easy gift. It's saying something special today. It's saying we do want peace. And it's saying it on a very special day to those of us that support Israel, because this is literally, or 3 days away from the Independence Day of the country.
Today, Dallas area Jews marked Israel's Independence Day and the Sinai withdrawal at the Jewish Community Center. Chicagoans turned out today to mourn the death of Cardinal John Cody. For 16 years, he headed the nation's largest Catholic archdiocese. In the past year, a controversy has raged over allegations the cardinal diverted church funds to a female friend. Tonight, Cardinal John Cody is dead at age 74 of an apparent heart attack. And Air Florida charges tonight Braniff executives are being unfair to Braniff stockholders. Air Florida officials charge they are not being given a fair chance to better Pan American's bid for Braniff's South American routes. Air Florida says Pan Am has been given financial information on the South American routes that was not shared with other airlines. Channel 8's Robert Riggs is just back from Miami and reports Air Florida still wants a shot at those Braniff routes.
Air Florida expanded from a small intrastate carrier established in 1972 into the nation's fastest-growing airline. The Miami-based carrier now serves 17 cities in Central America and the Caribbean. Braniff's South American routes offer Air Florida a chance of a lifetime opportunity for growth. But Pan Am's 4-year lease proposal may be considered by the Civil Aeronautics Board tomorrow. So Air Florida staff is working overtime trying to make what its founder says is a big money decision with limited information on a short fuse.
We think that our proposal, should we make one, is considerably more attractive than Pan Am's because we need to employ the largest part of the Braniff workforce, which means that the severance pay to a great number of people would not have to be paid by Braniff.
We don't really know where Air Florida is going to come up with the equipment or the funds to make a proposal.
It strikes me that if someone's money comes in, it ought to be just as green as the other fellows.
Tomoner complains that Braniff's exclusive lease proposal with Pan Am is unfair to Braniff shareholders.
I can understand they're having a contract with Pan Am which precludes them from dealing with someone else, and I hope that the board would eliminate that immediately and say, look at the best deal for Braniff rather than look at the deal that you're stuck with.
The founder of Air Florida says his airline can start flying Braniff's South American routes by next Wednesday. In the meantime, the airline will work through the night trying to prepare a proposal to see if it can pay the price for Braniff's South American routes. Robert Riggs, Channel 8 News, Miami.
Still to come on the update, Dallas County transit officials return after studying model mass transit systems in Toronto. And a Grand Prairie barbecue turned into a protest when women weren't admitted. These stories and more just ahead.
Isn't that Ciara?
What does it remind you of?
You smell great. Ciara, the thoroughly female fragrance. What will it remind you of? Get the Just Gorgeous collection from Ultima 2.
$11 with any $8.50 Ultima 2 purchase at Sanger Harris.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Why, you are, Mr. Greenfield.
Greenfields does have the fairest prices on office furniture and accessories because no services such as credit or delivery fees are ever added to your price. Mr. Greenfield? And every item is clearly marked with our cash and carry price. You see what you save. Visit, shop, save at Greenfields, 2800 West Mockingbird Lane near Love Field.
Some 60 years of know-how goes into what we make.
What would you call the Sunbeam appliance?
It's a blender in the morning for frozen orange juice, a mixer at noon for pies, cakes, and breads, and a food processor at night for preparing your whole dinner.
We call it the Sunbeam Food Preparation Center.
I call it indispensable.
You can turn to Sunbeam, morning, noon, and night.
I think I need something for my lawn.
You sure do.
He sure does, yeah.
You need Turf Builder fertilizer from Scott's.
I see.
Scott's has a unique process. It won't burn when other fertilizers will.
Really?
It's virtually foolproof.
That's for you, honey.
And Scott's bonds its nitrogen with potassium and phosphorus, so each grass plant gets complete feeding. Believe me, Scott's knows what they're doing.
I'm glad somebody does.
You'll have a better lawn with Scott's.
A late story just in. Divers are searching Lake Arlington at this hour for the body of a young drowning victim. Police say 2 young men were fishing from this boat. Both decided to go swimming but developed cramps in the cold water. One of them made it back to the boat, but the other did not. The search for his body is now underway on the west side of Lake Arlington. Divers and family members are on the scene. Police have not released the names of the victim. A tornado heavily damaged 4 homes tonight near DePort in far northeast Texas. The Department of Public Safety says no one was injured. The tornado is one of several spotted in the area, which is just 17 miles from Paris, Texas, where a tornado killed 10 people earlier this month. Jim Littleton will have more on the weather situation in that area later in the newscast. And 5 people were injured, one of them seriously, when a car and an ambulance collided in Garland this evening. This ambulance was rushing a heart attack victim to the hospital.